call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Bolado.
Here.
Bolado here. Rita. Rita absent. Donahue. Donahue absent. Carr.
Here.
Carr here. Slattery.
Here.
Slattery here. Osling.
Here.
Osling here. Pittman.
Here.
Pittman here. Johnson.
Here.
Johnson here. Frausto.
Here.
Frausto here. Thompson. Thompson absent. Johansson. Johansson absent. Hawley. Here. Hawley here. Poulos.
Here.
Poulos here. Vieta.
Here.
Vieta here. 10 present, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Next, we go to the presentation of journal proceedings. I need a motion to approve the city council minutes for the date of April the 26th, 2016. Comment?
Yes. We need to make a correction. The Love Baptist Church Back to School Festival was tabled.
That's fine. Okay, we'll have a motion or a correction.
Motion.
The minutes.
And then to amend the minutes, we have a second by Alderman Pittman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Now we'll go back to the actual, to approve the actual minutes, all of it. For April the 26th, 2016, we have a motion to approve as it. All by Alderman Slattery, second by Alderman Bolado. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Bolado.
Aye.
Bolado, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye.
Thank you very much, council.
You are all welcome to this evening's meeting. However, you're politely reminded that the purpose of the meeting is for the deliberation of the city council and the mayor regarding city governance and business. If you intend to speak, please, once recognized by the mayor, approach the podium, announce your name and address. Please be advised comments may be limited to 3 minutes or forwarded to the appropriate city personnel for follow-up.
Thank you very much. Ms. Orozco, good afternoon. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you. And everyone, happy Mother's Day to you too. I didn't recognize a historical event, and on April the 9th, what was it? I forgot to hear. Anyway. Oh. Okay, well, anyway. April the 9th, 2013, I didn't recognize the historical event by the Neighborhood Watch Group. And when I got home, I got chewed out, and everybody was saying I didn't recognize. Well, my family said I didn't recognize this person because he's very important to them. For the first time, April the 9th, 2013, we had the first Hispanic mayor. And Neighborhood Watch Group number 37, we didn't acknowledge it. So today, I want to acknowledge our mayor. You know, another thing at the library. At the library, they did a history of Blue Island trains. And when I went there, I told them one of the most important people that I have a history with the trains is the mayor, because his family, they were, well, first I ever heard of, they had they lived in a boxcar. So this plaque is specifically for him and his family.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, on behalf of my family and as mayor of the city of Blue Island, again, an honor. It's historic, not only because of what's here, but again, for those women, I mean all women, who struggle to do what's best for their families. And specifically in my family, for those women who struggle, who trekked, and who died to reach here, the promised land, And again, it still gives me chills that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing here as the mayor of the city of Blue Island. Again, thank you on behalf of my family
You're welcome.
and the residents of the city of Blue Island.
And I want you to know, I do appreciate you giving them that acknowledgement. A lot of times, the women be the force behind a lot of things, and people just don't even acknowledge them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Good afternoon. I just need your name and address, please.
My name is Jim Morrell.
Yes, sir.
I stay at 2845 140th Place.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure this is the proper forum. I was looking on the agenda that this is not going to be addressed today. But I stay a block behind the rec center, and I want to say I appreciate the city finally stepping up and making a move and taking over the rec center and building it up for our community. And I just want to address a concern that I've been to the rec center half a dozen times now, and if it's going to be a true community center, I would like to see if the community was more involved with the agenda or what's going to be happening there. I've been since we've been talking about it being rebuilt, I've been obsessing over starting a chess club.
Okay.
And there are a lot of people who are interested in it, and as far as getting it started, the administrator was spoken to, and the treasurer have both spoken to me and said there are things in the works. But I understand this is a new process, but with it being just things in the works as opposed to, hey, you know, we can do this. That bothers me. I'm not trying to sound a little petulant child. Hey, I want it my way, but at the same time, I would like to see if there were some moves where it seemed like it was more community involved as opposed to outside forces and outside entities. Because it seems to me that I don't know what's going to happen, but it seems like we're more concerned about making it a revenue generating machine.
No, it's completely the opposite.
Okay.
Okay, and that's my word to you. Because we've gotten application requests for that, and we said no. And I personally said no.
All right, so I'm looking forward to speaking to you on that.
That's fine.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. I was just going to add one comment. You're more than welcome to show up to tomorrow's Community Development Committee. Alderman Hawley chairs. We do discuss topics of what's going on with the rec center, and obviously, I don't see anybody hesitating to want community involvement or the residents in that area involved in your feedback. So, cool. I got
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Alderman, go ahead.
Yeah, Mayor, Jim actually has his own chess boards and things of that nature, and he just wanted to come there and teach grown-ups as well as children, the game of chess for free. He's volunteering his time.
We'll look into it and get them involved. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Anybody else? I'll need your name and address.
Okay, Michael Inventory.
You have to come back up to the podium, please. Yes, sir, your name and address.
Kenneth Trotter, address is 12718 Southwestern, Michael Inventory.
How can we help you?
Well, I was trying to find out what was the decision as far as the zoning was concerned
Regarding
with my
where?
property. And for those who don't know, what I do, I mentor kids and I teach them how to build hot rods and old classic cars. And it's for free. It's a non-for-profit
This is
organization.
the place right across the street from the White Castle?
That's
right?
correct, sir.
Right.
That's correct. And we're just trying to find out. I know you guys haven't seen, some of you guys know me, but I haven't seen you guys in a while. I've been trying to get the building together and the program together so we can get the kids off the street.
Okay. Probably within the next, probably less than a month from now, we'll know exactly what the situation is there regarding that property and other properties up and down Western Avenue.
Okay, thank you,
Regarding
sir.
the commissions and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you very much for your interest in the city of Blue Island. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Let me move on to the following topic. Again, regarding volunteerism. And then there was a a posting on Facebook, which is still sticks in my mind. And this gentleman just brought it up, where you say, quit complaining and volunteer. Or have you volunteered yet to your community? A week ago, we had a group, an army, literally an army of volunteers. Some were from Blue Island, some were city workers on their own time, some were elected officials, some were prominent people from the community, and again, residents from the California Gardens area, from the 7th Ward, basically every single ward. And what I was talking about was an organization called Rebuilding Together. We were a community elected by Cook County President Tony Preckwinkle and this organization to rehab approximately 23 homes in the city of Blue Island. Homes that needed to be done, and for whatever reason, for lack of funding, financial situations from these people, veterans, senior citizens, people with special needs who did not have the financial ability to do it. And I said around 7 o'clock, 7:30, we had across the street from the Blue Island Library an army of tradesmen, from electricians, plumbers, painters, you name it. Union workers were here from all over Chicago, and literally all over Chicago. And they started to work. The day started out beautiful, nice and sunny, a little cool, then it clouded up, then it started to drizzle around 1 o'clock. But the army of volunteers continued. Majority of them were working inside. The homes were throughout Blue Island, throughout the various wards. And I have a t-shirt that they gave to a lot of the volunteers, and it was amazing. Mr. City Clerk, our City Treasurer were there, a lot of the elected officials were there, and we toured a lot of these homes. To see the faces of the people who benefited from this program was amazing. This was their Christmas in April, their Christmas in May. And I just want to recognize this organization. They were celebrating the 25th year, and you have a listing of all the trades and all the people who spent money. I guess each home was given between $3,000 to $5,000 to be spent in each house. It's a lot of money. And we were honored to have this organization choose Blue Island out of all the suburban communities for Blue Island to be chosen. Next year, again, it'll be another suburb, another community. But we were one of the pilot ones to continue with this. So again, I want to thank them. At the same time, we had an army of volunteers at the community garden helping us prepare the garden for planting. In fact, a plaque was put up in honor of the late Mr. Scott because of his strawberry patch that he used to have. So that was posted up there. So we had an army there. We had an army of city volunteers, city workers who helped, besides the aldermen from the area, walk from their California Gardens area by the rec center, walking up and down the streets all the way to 139th, cleaning both sides of the parkways all the way up Cooper's Grove in the middle of the rain. No complaining. And in fact, a lot of the comments was, why don't we do this in other wards and continue to it? And we should. It's volunteer time, correct? So I just want to make a recognition, a thank you to all the volunteers, both the people who lived in Blue Island, who didn't live in Blue Island, the tradesmen. Thank you. It was a very historic and memorable time in the city of Blue Island. And let me move on. We have a presentation by Mr. John Baird, CEO of Metro South Medical Center. If you would like to approach, sir. And Ms. Williams. Sandra? Or is he speaking?
I'm going to speak solo. Sandra's got my back, as always. Good evening. Thank you, Mayor Vargas, and to the City Council for this invitation. My name is John Baird. I'm honored to be the CEO at Metro South Medical Center. Just a little bit about myself, since I am new. I've been there 6 months, 5 to 6 months here in Metro South. I have had the pleasure of speaking a couple times with the mayor, and obviously there are familiar faces in here as well. And I appreciate that time. And just a few moments of your time this evening so I can tell you about some of the ways that we're reinvesting in Metro South Medical Center and answer any questions that you all might have as well. Really briefly, just about myself though, since I am new to Blue Island. I'm not new to the Chicagoland area. I've been a hospital executive CEO for 11 years here in Chicago, and have 4 children, and admit that I live in a western suburb, live in Elmhurst, but am honored to be in this area and really honored to be at Metro South / St. Francis, since we have over 100 years of phenomenal history for providing health care to the community and the surrounding communities as well. So it's a great hospital, and a hospital that I feel very confident we will grow, continue to grow. Healthcare is obviously changing, as everything is these days, and will change with the needs of the community, always assessing the needs of the community and then changing our services to meet those needs. But I am excited about Metro South, and just wanted to tell you a few important, I guess, newsies about the hospital as well. First of all, I have to tell you that it's National Hospital Week and National Nurses Week, and so we have to celebrate that because we have some phenomenal caregivers, and obviously we have some caregivers that have been, that are citizens of Blue Island, have been at Metro South for a long, long time, and really been the stalwarts and the sort of foundation of the hospital. So we're celebrating this week. In fact, tomorrow, if there's a little bit of a ruckus outside, you'll see that in our front lot, we're gonna have a picnic, weather permitting. So I'm gonna make sure the rain holds off. But we're gonna have some fun. We've been having fun all week, and we're gonna have some fun tomorrow at the hospital, just celebrating the nurses and the week. That kind of leads me into an important thing, an important update for you all about our nursing staff. The heart of any hospital is the nursing staff. Don't tell the physicians I said that, but the heart truly of the caregiving are the nurses. And one of the first things that I noticed in my time there, and actually my predecessor noticed, is that we had fallen behind in pay rates with our nurses, and we had started to see some loss and lack of retention of some of our key nurses, which was very concerning because, again, if we're going to build and grow, the heart of any hospital, as I say, is nursing. So I did want to let you know that in the month of February, we decided to invest $1 million in the salaries of our nurses and in increasing our pay rates. So we went from, admittedly, I would tell you probably the 5th percentile, the lowest percentile in pay rates in the greater Chicagoland area, to about the 50th, maybe the 60th percentile. In order to be competitive, in order to retain the nurses that we have, to pay them fairly, and to be able to attract new nurses to our hospital, because as you all well know, the hospital takes care of very, very complex patients, and we need highly skilled nurses in our critical care unit, our ED, our ER, and some other units as well. So I'm proud to say that we've invested $1 million in the nurses that we have, and then we have new pay rates so we can attract more nurses. In fact, we've hired 45 nurses in the first 3 months of 2016 alone. So very excited about that. In fact, 72 new employees to the hospital as well. So I feel like, I know that you all have certainly been through a lot of change at the hospital, but I'm excited about this progress, and I can tell you that as a father of 4 children who want to be in Chicago a long, long time, I hope to be here a long, long time as well. So I hope that you'll have me here for a long time. The hospital will continue to grow. Secondly, I'm excited to tell you that we're going to be investing just a little bit under $2 million in renovation of the hospital. The employees have seen a little bit of a very small portion of the beginning of that, in that we've renovated our patient care elevators. But we're going to be reinvesting in particularly one of our floors, which will be a post-surgical floor, because we have a growing number of surgeries that are being done at the hospital, and a real need to get back to reinvest in the facilities at the hospital as well. The facilities are, of course, beautiful in some areas and a little aged in others, and so we're going to be doing that, including some reinvestment in equipment, important patient care equipment as well, which we've started to do. And I thought that was important for you all to know that we're reinvesting in the facility as well. Third, we are making, I would say that one of the charges that I was given by the company and the hospital when they hired me was to begin to rehire or hire physicians in some areas, clinical areas, where we have not had physicians in Blue Island for a long time. One small example of that is a specialty called ENT, otolaryngologists, which are physicians that take care of your ears, nose, and throat area. Basically, they do everything below what a neurosurgeon does. Very important surgeons, very much needed for children and adults, and a specialty that we've not had for about 4 years at Metro South Medical Center. Excited to tell you that we've attracted an ENT who's going to be moving into the community, and we're trying to kind of work out the details with that. In addition to recruiting some additional primary care physicians, because we have noticed that the area of Blue Island and the surrounding communities have actually are underserved for primary care, and we have a growing and aging community, as we do throughout Chicago, and we need to be able to get more primary care physicians. So what I'm pledging to you is that we've reinvested in nursing the facility and additional physicians, so I'm excited about that. In addition, although I don't want to speak for Pronger Smith, I really do feel like Pronger Smith, the group, needs to come here. If I could have a few more minutes, I do want to tell you that you have probably heard that Pronger Smith, I just had lunch actually today with Dave Seaman, who you all I'm sure probably know from Pronger Smith for many years. DuPage Medical Group is a very large multi-specialty group that started in the western suburbs in DuPage County, and thus their name, who have purchased, Pronger Smith. This is kind of a harbinger, I think, of what you're seeing more in healthcare, which are sort of the growth and consolidation of a lot of physician groups in order to be able to sort of survive under the difficult reimbursement of healthcare and kind of changing healthcare landscape. I will tell you from my perspective, Pronger Smith has always been, for 60 plus years, a vital partner for the hospital. They provide specialty physicians, they provide probably 30% of the patients that come to the hospital, they provide services to. So the health of DuPage Medical Group and the health of Pronger Smith is absolutely vital to the health of Metro South Medical Center and vice versa. We have a very important collaborative relationship. I will tell you that my perspective on their sale to DuPage Medical is that it will be very positive for the city of Blue Island and for the hospital. And why do I say that? Because I've met with their leadership and have some knowledge of DuPage Medical Group since I've been in Chicago healthcare for 11 years. Their plan is to double the number of physicians that they have in their group in Blue Island and in their office in Tinley Park as well. So throughout these communities, their plan is to go from about 80 physicians that they have right now, 80 physicians, to about 200 over the next 3 years. So they have a very aggressive growth plan for physicians. I say all of that because I want to give you all a picture that I believe that actually, contrary to what I found when I first got here, a lot of people who were worried about the health of the hospital or the future of the hospital or Pronger Smith, I actually think that we have a great opportunity to grow the hospital and a great opportunity for this new medical group to grow Pronger Smith. That's my perspective. Healthcare obviously changes. We will change with it. I'm sure that there will be service lines that we want to grow and service lines that the community doesn't need as much or that we may be able to afford to open or not afford to. And I'll always be bluntly honest with you all and the community and our employees about that. But I feel very bullish on the hospital, and it's one of the reasons that I was attracted to move from where I was on the north side down to Blue Island to take on this role at Metro South. I think that's all I want to mention. I want to mention one other thing, if I could have one more minute, because I know this has been a little bit of a, I would rather you have the news here rather than hear misinformation. We have been, Metro South has been owned by Community Health Systems, the largest actually hospital company by number of hospitals nationally for actually I think the last 6 years or so. Now, one change has happened in the last even couple of weeks. Community Health Systems has decided to spin off a smaller, more nimble company called Quorum Health. And all of the Illinois hospitals that they own, all 10 hospitals that Community Health Systems owns, including our hospital, have gone with this new company called Quorum Health. So while we do have a new company, it's really just the same company, but a spin-off of it. So I didn't want you to have a misunderstanding or get concerned about us having been sold. We weren't sold, we were just moved into this smaller company. It is a separate publicly traded company. What I like about it though is that it will allow Metro South will actually be the third largest hospital in this company. And when you're a bigger fish in a smaller pond, you tend to get more attention. So I hope that that is a positive. I believe that'll be a positive. In fact, the gentleman who's the CEO of this new company, Quorum Health, is the gentleman who made the decision to buy Metro South Medical Center years ago. His name's Tom Miller. So I think he has a very vested interest in the future of Metro South. So I wanted to make sure the City Council and the Mayor was aware of that change, because I know a few people had heard about that. But I see that again as a positive. And I think that's really all I wanted to share with you, unless you had questions for me.
Mr. Beard, you and I and the staff met probably around a month and a half ago. I have some homework for you.
Okay.
Part of, I think, this administration and myself is to hopefully in the future see Blue Island, besides everything that's happening, is to one day hopefully Blue Island could be a medical district with, again, Metro South, DuPage Medical Center, the other centers, institutions that provide medical services in and around the city of Blue Island. Everybody working together. Everybody working together.
Good.
Moraine Valley, St. Xavier with the nursing program. Potentially, I know Moraine Valley wants to invest in bringing a nursing program here in Blue Island for the benefit of everyone. Is again, to work together, whatever differences there were in the years past, is put that aside, let's move forward for the benefit of the community and invest. And thank you again on behalf of the residents of the city of Blue Island for the investment that Metro South is doing, not only to the facility, but to the community. We're here to support you and continue, putting Blue Island in the spotlight. And I know one day that dream will come true, that Blue Island will be a medical district for the benefit of all. Are there any questions from the Alderman? Go ahead.
Yes, you said you had 11 years in the field. What hospital were you at before?
I was with Resurrection Medical Center of the Chicago, Northwest Chicago area, a hospital called Our Lady of the Resurrection, and a hospital called Holy Family Medical Center in Des Plaines. Previously, it was a Catholic healthcare system, Resurrection Healthcare.
So, because, we always balance things, because the north side, we always say the north side get more in the medical field versus the south side. And I was wondering, because of the disparities, do you guys do like classes for like diabetes, HIV and AIDS, or high blood pressure, things that, help us that who don't visit the hospital regularly could probably maybe diet, exercise, and just give us more knowledge of, medical issues. I was looking at Atlanta today, Georgia. They actually have a pandemic now. It's 1 out of every 51 people have HIV or AIDS. And I was just saying, because of lack of communication and information, a lot of times those things, could be, helped.
It's a great point. And yes, we do. I'll tell you, I've been impressed, and I'm not just saying this because Sandra's standing behind me, or sitting behind me, but I've been completely impressed with actually the breadth of number of classes, free classes, education that we do provide to the community. The Senior Circle organization that we have at Metro South, and Sandra can speak to the details about the number of classes, because in fact that is exactly what she is really leads up. And we have a great partnership with our physicians who help provide those classes throughout the community. All throughout the year, we put out a calendar of those events as well for the community, so that they have ample time and heads up, and we send out flyers and mailers on those as well. I will also tell you that we are blessed in that we have one of the largest and best infectious disease groups associated with Metro South who deal with HIV in the country. It's a group called MIDC, Metro Infectious Disease Consultants, and they are nationally renowned. And I think sometimes we don't trumpet enough sometimes the capabilities that we do have. So we are well equipped. I will also tell you though that hospitals, I think for too many years, have been sort of insular, and they've sort of looked within and decided we probably know what's best to tell the community what they need. I think more and more hospitals need to listen to the community and have the community tell us, what kind of classes they need, what they want to reach out for, what they need to understand, what kind of classes we need to develop in response to that. So I would actually ask you all, which gets a little bit to your partnership question, now is the time I think that we need to be talking to one another about how has the community changed? What are the needs of the community? What are the health needs of the community? Have the health needs and the diseases changed? Maybe it was cardiac before, but now it's diabetes, could be infectious diseases like HIV or others. We need to know that so that Sandra and I can change and react and respond on the type of classes we provide. But we do provide a tremendous number of classes. And I'd be more than happy to get that information out to the group as well.
Can Sandra Brooks please come up and just give a brief presentation about the Senior Circle and what it offers? Because I think it does a positive thing to the community.
I'm Sandra Wilkes. Thanks for having me today. Senior Circle was really based on the fact that seniors tend to become isolated as they grow older and begin to lose family members. So we started the program a little over 3 years ago with 0 members. We now have 805 members. They come monthly for a breakfast presentation. We deal with different topics. Typically about 140 come to our breakfast presentations, and they are around issues around cardiology, heart disease, hypertension, some of the things you actually address, which I'd love to talk with you offline if you can, about some of the things you see in the community that's needed. We also do some health fairs and health screenings in the community, and those are usually based on requests. And so we really try to stay active in the community. We have health articles to go out monthly. Those health articles are also included in the forum. And we try to make sure articles about health go out on topics not only of interest but of issues that are in our communities. So besides that, we have the fitness center that's located in the pavilion. The fitness center is $25 a month, and it's a medically based fitness center. So they actually do a baseline health screening before you start on exercise program. And we have exercise physiologists there to provide one-on-one consultation and teach you your how to become fit and to talk to you more about diet and exercise. We do have diabetes education classes that occur at the hospital, and I think those classes are once a week. I'd have to get that scheduled for you, but any other issues that you may see that's prevalent in the community that we need to address that you would like to see, please let me know. I am happy to do it. I am a registered nurse by background. I've been a registered nurse now for 41 years. I started when I was 12. And so I'm very in tune to the health of the community. Even though I am a marketing director, that part of my career kind of happened by accident, but I'm really glad it did happen because I'm able to address still the needs of the community through the marketing and the community outreach I provide.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions? No. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we move on to any bids, City Clerk?
No bids, Your Honor.
City Clerk's business.
Yes, I need a motion to approve a request from Current Middle School to hold their 8th grade picnic on May 20th from 9 a.m. until 1:15 p.m.
We have a motion by Alderman Vieira, second by Alderman Tom Hawley. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you.
Next, I need a motion to approve a request from the Salvation Army to have their donut day on Friday and Saturday, June 3rd and 4th, 2016. They're also requesting to hold their Red Kettle campaign on November 4th, 2016 through December 24th, 2016, Monday through Saturdays.
We have a motion by Alderman Pittman, second by Alderman Slattery. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, I need a motion to approve a request from the American Heart Association to hold open streets on June 5th, 2016, from 12 noon to 3 p.m. on 141st Street between Francisco and California, in front of the John D. Reader Recreation Center.
Got a motion by Alderman Fausto, second by Alderman Johnson. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, I need a motion to approve a request for a block party at the 13020 address in Greenwood, with the block off the 2500 block of New Street on May 29th from 2 p.m. till 9 p.m.
Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Cruz, second by Alderman Bellato. Is there any questions? Alderman? Any questions regarding number 4?
That's the California.
No, this is Greenwood.
Oh,
No. No, sir.
okay.
I
Roll call,
don't-
please.
I don't see one in agreement.
Number 4.
That's number four. Okay.
Number 4,
Never mind.
motion to approve a request for a block party at 13020 South Greenwood Avenue,
Never mind.
2500 block of New Street on May 29th, 2016, from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Holly.
Abstain.
Holly abstained. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 9 ayes and 1 abstention.
Thank you.
And lastly, this is the one, Alderman Johnson. Motion to approve a request from California Gardens of Love Baptist Church to sponsor a back-to-school festival on Saturday, August 13, 2016, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Cooper's Grove Road will be blocked off from 139th to 140th Street. This was tabled last month.
I would like to table it again. City clerk, I have spoke with the minister, and he has not given me a date to meet with me. My thing is I would like not only the churches, but other entities as well as Metro South to be more involved in the community, and they're gonna have to walk the walk.
So there's a motion to table.
Yes, sir.
Is there a second? Table of Alderman Poulos. Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you very much. Anything else, Mr. Clerk?
That is all I have.
City Treasurer?
Yes, Your Honor, all Alderman should receive bank reconciliation statement ending April 30th, 2016. Any motion?
We have a motion by Alderman Tom Hawley. Do I have a second? By Alderman Candace Carr. Any questions? Roll call.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman. Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Fausto.
Aye.
Fausto, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
City Attorney?
Yes, we have one action item relates to the FOP collective bargaining agreement. It is to clarify some contract language. We've had some grievances that we discovered. There was some not inaccuracies, but it was subject to multiple interpretations. So the union and management has met and resolved the discrepancies with a side letter. So the union will be approving this as well, but it will be incorporated into the language of the actual agreement, so it requires your ratification.
Need a motion?
Yes.
Need a motion by Alderman Bellato, second by Alderman Viera. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Anything else, Council? Committee reports, Community Development Committee.
Yes, Your Honor, the committee met on Wednesday, April 13, 2016. It was called to order at 7:08. Present were Alderman Hawley, Bellato, Carr, and Pittman. Absent were Alderman Rita, Osling, Frausto, and Johansson. Also present were Treasurer Bellato, Jason Berry, Sean Terry, Sean Halloran, and Director Huff. There was no quorum for the meeting, so we just heard reports. There was a discussion about open streets happening on June 5th, which we heard is happening on June 5th. There was no old business under new business. Sean Halloran talked about, he thanked everyone for coming out for the dedication of the John D. Rita Recreation Center and the Carly Jackson Gymnasium. They're now taking registration for open gym. If kids would like to participate in open gym, they need to register and to be able to be dropped off there. Blue Island TV is doing well. They've done a number of shorts on the rec center. They'll be doing some spot and resurfacing projects on Lewis, Cochran, and Birdsall, which is, the construction was beginning on April 20th and is continuing through May 20th, as well as the bridge updates. The planting of trees on April 23rd began at 9 a.m. and there was a post party at Blue Island Beer Company. Rebuilding Together was here on April 30th, and they'll also be doing newsletters in the water bills. Their hope is for once a month. Jason Berry presented the building and planning report for March. Revenues for the month of March was $67,755.83. Total revenues for the 3 months ended March 2016 was $115,877.83. There have been a number of permits from the Thornton's project which helped the amount from March. They continue to be pretty active on citations. March Housing Court had a total of 237 violations on the docket, and there was a total of $43,000 in fines levied. He passed out the schedule and addresses for the Rebuilding Together event. As the mayor spoke about earlier, there was 23 homes getting worked on, 5 homes getting safe at home work, and an additional 10 homes for energy efficiency upgrades. Sean Terry presented his business license report. The approved business licenses included Harrow Salon, 13037 Western Avenue, Unit A, which is a full-service hair salon, and Flack and Marks City and Suburban Contracting at 12149 Western Avenue, and they will operate an administrative office for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning services. New business applications included Giselle Studio 1 at 12541 Southwestern Avenue, Unit 1, which is a full-service hair salon. He also gave an update on other business issues, and he gave an update on businesses that had code enforcement issues. Jason Berry presented the revenue from the Business Development District was $44,746.43 for February, and it was received in April. He passed out a drawing of a Welcome to Historic Blue Island sign that was requested for Thornton's to build at the request of the city. The staff has met with Hitchcock Design Group about next steps for the Business Development District. They're meeting with them to present some initial ideas in a week or so. Under the recreation report, Mr. Jackson reported they had a very busy registering kids for open gym. They're moving forward on repairs needed outside. They're getting inquiries about using the space for various activities and events. And he is working with Moraine Valley and getting some people together to do maintenance and other things for the rec center. South Suburban College is also interested in sending some people to help. Under Alderman concerns, Alderman Bellato asked about 13344 Rexford, about a garage that was being built or a very large shed with no access. The building department is going to look into that. 2309 Market has a lot of garbage, 4 garbage cans full. The building department was out there to look at that situation. The meeting ended at 8:22, and our next meeting is this Wednesday, tomorrow, May 11th at 7 p.m. in City Council chambers.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Finance Committee. Anyone? Go ahead.
Okay. The Finance Committee needs to make a motion for the approval of payroll of April 22nd, 2016 for $347,960.28.
We have a motion. Do we have a second by Alderman Slattery? Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye. Aye.
I'm sorry. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
The committee also needs a motion for the approval of the accounts payable May 4th, 2016 for $418,693.64.
We have a motion. Do we have a second by Alderman Vieira? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you very much. Public Health and Safety Committee?
Yes, Your Honor. Have the minutes for the meeting of April the 12th. Present were Chief Jim Clinker, Deputy Chief Michael Cornell, Commander Kevin Sisk, Alderman James Johansson, Alderman George Poulos, Alderman Dexter Johnson, and myself. Absent were Director John Rita and Alderman Nancy Thompson. The meeting was called to order at 6 p.m. There were no citizens present. Under the Fire Department report, the Fire Department had 347 calls in March, 252 were EMS calls, 215 patients were treated, 189 patients were transported, 61 patients refused transport. They responded to 21 general fire alarms and 24 minor fire alarms. They responded to 31 auto aid calls, most of which were from Calumet Park. They had 14 calls to man the station. They received 14 mutual aid response calls. All were ambulance calls to other towns. Average response time was 5.5 minutes. Medical reimbursement services for March was $52,655.65. Fire recovery paid $792. During the month of March, the fire department was called out on 2 structure fire auto aid calls, one where they rescued a dog, and 1 garage fire. Under general information, the second new ambulance was received on Thursday, March 17th, and was inspected by the Illinois Department of Public Health. Invisible Fence donated pet masks at the City Council meeting of March 22nd. Annual wellness exams were completed. All shifts completed tours of Metro South Medical Center, and all shifts are working on completing annual Region 7 EMS standard medical orders training. Under maintenance, truck 2104 got 10 new tires at a cost of $4,012.70. And also had a fluid leak repaired at a cost of $1,155. Under fire prevention inspectors inspected 7 fire alarm systems, 4 sprinkler systems, 64 annual inspections, 4 license inspections, no complaint inspections, and no plan reviews during the month of March. The training division completed 564.75 hours of training. Under grants, we're still waiting on word for all the grants that we've been waiting for. The committee discussed making the frontage road along 127th Street Bridge just east of Irving by Great Northern Lumber a fire lane as requested by Chief Clinker. A motion was made by Alderman Poulos to approve it, second by Alderman Johnson. All in favor, motion carried. The green and red lights at the firehouse have been restored. And under police department, the police department answered 2,384 calls, including 382 business premise checks, 79 were liquor establishment checks. Under stats and cases of interest, there was 109 alarm calls, all unfounded, 6 armed robbery calls, 2 were unfounded, 2 robberies, 6 residential burglaries, 2 unfounded, 6 shots fired, 5 unfounded, 116 domestic disputes, and 382 traffic stops. Total money collected for the month of March was $42,115.25. Police Department patrolled 20,331 miles. Under liquor establishment calls, there was 1 disturbance call, 1 battery call, 1 fight call, and 1 domestic disturbance call during the month of March. Several officers did range training under community policing. The community policing unit is actively working with Calumet Township to improve senior services in the entire area. The community policing unit was requested to do a well-being check on a Whittier student from the 12700 block of Division Street. And the community policing unit assisted the fire department with a vehicle that struck a residence at Old Western and Broadway. Under miscellaneous, sex offenders compliance checks were completed in March. All but 1 offender was in compliance, but he may have moved from Blue Island. Detectives are verifying his address. All the vacant properties are being checked on. Kid Cop Day is coming up June 11th at Bethel Church, and Open Streets will be on June the 5th. For the 911 Center, in March, the 911 Center answered a total of 10,753 calls. Calls are up due to the warmer weather. We currently have 8 full-time dispatchers. 4 dispatchers are currently in training. Commander Sisk and Supervisor McGeever are continuing to work on training and procedural manuals. Commander Sisk did a presentation on passport parking for the Chamber of Commerce, and National Communicators Week was April 10th to the 16th. Under monthly health and sanitation report in the month of March, there were 20 health and sanitation inspections done. All businesses were in compliance. Licensing in the city is up to date. Tom Malliott attended a full-day class to get recertified for his health and sanitation license from the state. Under Alderman's concerns, Alderman Johansson suggested a fire department walkthrough of the Moraine Valley College building. Alderman Johansson also has been getting complaints about the Boca Bar and the Island Sports Bar. Alderman Johnson praised the police department handling of the incidents at the bars and taverns. Alderman Johnson also expressed concern about junkers stealing garbage cans to collect recyclables. And Alderman Poulos complained about speeding on Western and requested a speed trailer on Western Avenue. Deputy Chief Cornell gave a summation of information available concerning the shooting that occurred at the 127 Premium Club. South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force is investigating. The meeting was adjourned at 6:39 p.m. Our next regular meeting will be June the 7th at 6 o'clock in the East Annex.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Municipal Services Committee, any report?
I can, I'll do
Go ahead.
the motions. We have a motion to approve stock releases for the following clubs. Should I do them individually or just one motion?
Do one motion.
Okay. They have for the Sancho Soccer Club, Club Moralia, Monarcas Club, and the Cardinal Soccer Club.
There's a motion. Is there a second by Alderman Bellato? Roll call.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Abstain.
Vieta abstained. 9 ayes and 1 abstention.
Thank you very much. Anything else, Alderman?
That's it.
Thank you. Judiciary Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. The committee met on April 14th at 7 p.m. here in the East Annex. Present were Alderman Hawley, Alderman Slattery, and myself. Absent was Alderman Poulos, Alderman Vieira, our city attorney and city clerk. Under public comment, Alan Stevo of 2324 Union Street asked why Alderman Poulos and Alderman Vieira were not in attendance. He was informed that both aldermen could not make it due to conflicts in schedule and work obligations, and also the same applied for our city attorney and city clerk. Mr. Steele was disappointed that the minutes from the last committee, he was not mentioned of being in attendance. He was informed that there were no residents present for public comment, therefore none was listed on the public comment in the minutes. Mr. Steele requested that Alderman Poulos and his attitude be placed on the agenda, and Chairman Frausto inform them that issues are put on the agenda, not. Mr. Steele asked how much the codification will cost and how much has it cost so far. And I did not have those numbers in front of me and was not able to provide an answer. Next item was handicap parking. The committee requested someone be designated to review handicap applications. The administration has informed and will be designating appropriate personnel. There will be handicap applications to be reviewed at our next meeting. Next item on the agenda was damage claims. Claim 2016-2040. A resident was seeking reimbursement for front and rear doors that were damaged as fire crews forced entry into the home they believed to be on fire. It was noted that one of the estimates were from an out-of-state company, but regardless, it was my opinion that fire departments need access when responding to a fire. There was a motion by Alderman Hawley, second by Alderman Savage to deny the claim and sent to full council for consideration. All were in favor, the motion was passed. Under codification review, the city attorney sent the second review of Title IX, chapters 90 through 93. Chapter 93 was still being reviewed by our fire chief. Alderman Hawley noted that all the corrections discussed in the previous meeting were done regarding apiaries in chapter 90. Chairman Fausto noted that Alderman Guerrero contacted him, stressing that she did not want the number of pets to be raised from 3 currently allowed as stated in chapter 90 per household. Chapter 92 fair housing follows state statute, and changes included removing language that does not apply. The committee will wait for the fire prevention portion to be reviewed and then send chapters 90 through 93 to council for review. The inspection fee and fair housing portion, permit fee for apiaries and animal dog tag fees will be sent to the finance committee to be reviewed. Under Alderman concerns, Alderman Hawley stated that there's a difference of opinion regarding what is holding up appointments. Last year that they were waiting for the city attorney to review their requirements in terms of commissions. He wanted to make sure that that was not the case and that the committee had passed everything that needed to be passed via ordinance. Chairman Fausto stated that he would inquire and report back to him at the next committee meeting. And Alderman Hawley also wanted to look into possibly combining the planning and zoning boards. There being no more business, the meeting was adjourned at 7:23 p.m. Our next meeting is this Thursday, May 12th at 7 p.m. here in the East Annex. I do have a couple items on tonight's agenda for council's consideration.
Okay, go ahead.
The first item I have is a motion to deny claim 2016-2040, front and rear door damage. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion to deny.
We have a motion, we have a second by Alderman Tom Hawley. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you.
Thank you. The second item I had is an ordinance rescinding handicap parking restrictions at 2733 Vermont Street and 12846 Maple Avenue in the city of Blue Island, County of Cook, State of Illinois. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, a second by Alderman Osling. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Slattery.
Aye.
Slattery, aye. Osling.
Aye.
Osling, aye. Pittman.
Aye.
Pittman, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Frausto.
Aye.
Frausto, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Poulos.
Aye.
Poulos, aye. Vieta.
Aye.
Vieta, aye. 10 ayes.
Thank you much. Anything else?
Thank you, Mayor. That is all I have. And again, our next meeting is this Thursday, May 12th, 7 p.m. here in the East Annex.
Thank you much. Move on to any aldermanic announcements or comments. Alderman Hawley.
Yes, Your Honor. There's a group of citizens that are going to be meeting at City Hall at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning to plant the planters uptown and in front of City Hall and by the library. So anybody who would like to help is welcome to come out at 8 o'clock to City Hall. There's also another group of citizens who will be meeting at York and Western to do a clean sweep of the alleys along Western Avenue. If you would like to help with that, you can help with the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts who will be meeting out there on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. at York and Western. Bring gloves and trowels or something that might help with planting flowers, and brooms and shovels or something if you're going to help with the clean sweep. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Alderman, go ahead.
Yes, Mayor, I just want to thank everyone who came out for the rebuilding program. The people who those houses were serviced, you know, you stated that it was like $3,000 to $5,000 that was invested, but it was actually more because there was a lot of companies that volunteered equipment that they put together, as far as like the electric lift for the lady who was, you know, had trouble walking, 90 years old, Miss Kathy. And it was very heartfelt from the volunteers. And I also want to thank Next Level. Actually, there's a mentoring group who came out in full force for the community garden, and would like to be more involved in anybody's ward in the whole city of Blue Island, that just help out and volunteer. And I just want to take my hat off to volunteerism, because that's what's going to bring us back together.
That's correct. Everybody working together. Anybody else? Alderman, go ahead.
Yes, I had one announcement I'm excited about on a personal note. One of my bucket list things that I always wanted to do is run a marathon, and I've decided to commit to doing that this fall at the Bank of America Marathon. But the even better part about it is I decided to charity runner. You know, it's nice to have that bucket list and get that done, but how can I benefit other people with that? So I decided to team up with Team Salute. They're a not-for-profit organization that helps out our veterans with economic issues, you know, coming back from war, or deployment, the trauma that they go through, having trouble finding employment, education. You know, it's a great organization. They help out our vets that serve our country and protect us. So this Memorial Day weekend, May 28th, I'm going to be running a 10-mile race, the Soldier Field 10-mile race, and also moving forward towards the fall, running the Bank of America Marathon. And I'm looking forward to generating a minimum of $1,500 for those proceeds to go to that organization. So I just want to put that out there, and I'll be sharing the link, and hopefully residents can pitch in a little bit and donate to the cause.
Thank you much. Any other alderman? Just let me mention and remind everyone, National Veterans Month. Don't forget that. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the vets. So let's remember, as the city attorney's reminded me, get that green light, at least put one in your room, one in your office, one at your home. Screw that, it's only 90 cents at Menards. If no further, let's see any motion to go to closed sessions. Need a motion to for adjournment. Motion by Alderman Pittman, second by Alderman Poulos. Roll call. All ayes?
Aye.
Aye.
And nays? Thank you much. Good night, everyone.